Over the last 26 years, 5 men have led JMU football on the field, but during that time, there has been only one smiling face that has greeted visitors when they have visited the JMU football offices, and that is Miss Patty. And she announced her retirement yesterday after 26 years with JMU football. And we thought it was the perfect time to have her on to share some stories for her time with JMU football. And she joins us now on JMU Sound Off. Miss Patty, thanks for taking a few minutes of your day to share some stories over the past 26 years. We want to start by saying congratulations to you. I know you have been really a constant with this program over that time and have been an unsung hero in the rise of JMU football. So I kind of just want to start with what has the last 24 hours been like for you since you made your announcement? I have a feeling your phone has been blowing up with so many people showing their appreciation for all you've done for this program. So we'll start there.
Oh, it's just so heartwarming because this has been my life for 26 years, and I can't express all the great memories and the boys, my football boys, the girls. We've had some equipment girls and interns, and it's just been a whirlwind. Wonderful. It's a great gig.
I want to start from the beginning. So I know Coach Matthews was the first coach you had a chance to work with. Take us back to how you got this position in the first place and kind of what you thought you were maybe getting into when you said, yeah, I'd like to come work with JMU.
Well, this is the first story. When my husband first moved down here, we knew nothing about JMU, and we went to a game. And I'm watching the team come out, and I'm going, how cool would it be to work for a football team? Yeah. And this is before I started at JMU. And then I worked for financial aid. And when the job came up, it was Mickey's first season. So a guy in financial aid kept bugging Mickey, please, you got to hire her. She'd be perfect. So Mickey took me in. He believed in me, thank goodness, because it's been wonderful. Yep.
Well, I want to ask about Mickey Matthews in general. So, the first coach you had the chance to work for took a chance on you. And then at the end of the day, becomes such a pivotal figure in the growth and the rise of this program. Take us in the early days of what it was like to work for Mickey and just take us behind the scenes of what that relationship was like.
He's like a brother to me. It was difficult at first because I was a hockey person. I was never football. So to come in and, like the first season, we won the A10, which was very exciting. And I'm like, they're tearing down the field post. I'm going, what are they doing? Like it was all new to me. And then the second season, you didn't talk when we lost. But the second season was or the third season, I'm sorry, 2001, we lost. It was 2-9 that season. And it was awful. I mean, we only lost by a field goal or, it was silly, but so that season was hard. And then it just picked up and there's just been, Mickey had a whole great group of coaches too, assistant coaches. And it was fun. It was like a family, to be honest. And the boys would all come in and.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you about that family. So I know during your time, you've seen thousands of players walk through the offices for JMU football. Again, hundreds of coaches and support staff and interns and stuff. What has it been like to you to almost be a mother figure to so many who, when they started at JMU football, these are 17, 18-year-old kids who probably big eyes and have no idea what they're getting into when they're coming into the college football universe. And then they leave JMU football as graduates. They're men who have gone through the trenches, gone through the war, and now have their whole lives in front of them. It's got to be pretty special for you to be a part of.
It's amazing. They all still, not all, but most of them call me and, they come back to the games and they bring their kids now, like the first season in 99, they're all in their 40s now with grown kids. Like some of their kids are being recruited by JMU. So very exciting. Yeah.
So I want to go back to 2004. That was the first national championship season for JMU. And I know as somebody who covered that program and was there and had a chance to interact with Coach Matthews, there was a buzz around this program at that time. But I think at the start of the season, no one was talking national championship level. There was some conversation about being a playoff team potentially. Take us inside that season and how it built. And then obviously after the Delaware game, the punt return.
Delaware game. Delaware game. I felt like that was the championship. When we beat Delaware, that was huge. But yeah, the guys just clicked. They just they got it. Like they were united that season. It was special. It really was. And they were on the road for all their playoff games. It was just it was fabulous. That was a very exciting year.
And
Very
then
exciting.
we win the championship and everything that comes with it. Take us what it was like to go back to the offices after that and just to celebrate with so many people who had believed in this program, but to have reached that milestone, reached that moment, it had to be pretty special when you got back to Harrisonburg. I know there was the parade in
The
downtown, and
parade.
just
Oh yeah.
what
Yep.
was it like?
I mean, it felt like JMU got there. We were there. We were on the map. It was wonderful. The excitement, having everybody come in. Yeah, it was very special.
And then
I don't know how
from
to explain it. It was just
no, no,
wonderful.
and then from that, it really started what's been a meteoric rise for JMU football since that point. And you've had a bird's eye view of that growth. From again when you started to where it is today. Did you ever imagine that it could get to where it is now, where now it's regular ESPN broadcast, playing in the power against Power Four schools and everything that comes with that? It's been incredible, this growth over such a short period of time.
It really has. And to be honest, when I started in '99, no one came to the games. Coach Matthews said, "You're in charge of tickets. Get the people in there. Just
Yeah.
get them in there." They kept saying they come to see, which the band is wonderful, but they go, they're here to see the band. We need them to stay for the football games. So that was exciting. And to see it just take off. We got to get more of the kids back here again.
Yeah, yeah. And then I wanted to ask, you've had the literal view of the physical growth of the facilities around this program too. So the athletic performance center, pops up in the end zone, and then the new stadium side, and now there's renderings of what a future
Yeah,
Bridgeforth could be. That's got to be pretty special from your perspective as well, because that means that there's something here that people are so proud of, people are so passionate about, and that's really fueled the growth of this program.
it really has. Yes. It's so different to me to see all of it, but it's exciting, and it helps with the growth of the stadium to get more recruits in and to see how beautiful this college is. Not just the football, the college itself is wonderful. And I gotta give a shout out to Charlie King. He's been amazing at my time here, and I know he's retiring as well. He's been amazing.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the faith and trust that's been placed in you over the years, because one thing that struck me over the last 24 hours is just seeing how so many people
Mhm.
were so willing to share a message on social media, and not just a simple congratulations or a yay Miss Patty. It's been heartfelt and really deep messages of the meaning you've been able to provide to this program, because you have been the face to a new recruit that's walked in the door, the face of
Right.
a new coach who's come through the door. That's got to be pretty special to you, that through five coaches, they've all come to the same conclusion, that you're the best, person to greet people into this program. That's got to mean a lot.
It really does. It really does. Like I said, my phone was blowing up, and every time somebody would say something, of course, I get teary-eyed. It feels so good that I mattered. Like sometimes you forget that how many people you do touch, and it's so rewarding to hear from all the guys
So,
and
so
girls. You know?
the the five coaches that have led this program are very, very different men. So obviously Mickey is your first. Then there's the transition to Everett Withers, Mike Houston, Kurt Signetti, and now Bob Chesney. Talk about what those transitions were like, because you had to learn five different personalities, five different assistant coaching staffs,
Yeah.
and everything that comes with that. How have you navigated those transitions over the years?
It,
And I imagine they were pretty fun too, because you're getting to meet such different and unique people who all put their stamp on this program.
it was challenging, like the first one, because Mickey was there for like 15 years,
Yeah.
and he would always say, "Darling, when I leave, you never know who you're going to get." But
Yeah.
they were all one. It was wonderful. And, people always ask me, "Who's your favorite?" You can't say, because they're all unique in
Yeah.
their own way. And they brought in such unique coaches with them that it's been a whirlwind. It's been so fun. I feel so blessed to be here.
And so many of those coaches have gone on, assistant coaches and some of the head coaches that have careers in other locations, but they, had a kind of a pivotal moment in time at JMU football in their development. I wanted to also ask you, from your perspective, you've seen some of the tougher moments of this program as well.
Mhm.
What it's like after a hard loss for JMU football, but how these programs and how these staffs come together to kind of raise these young men up, and propel them to future success, but also to help them get through some of the more challenging personal moments in their lives. I'm sure you've played a role in that as well, just being able to be, a source of joy and a source of humanity in these moments where it can be pretty stressful and challenging in these programs. Talk to how you've approached that from your role, of just being a smiling face
Yeah.
to people and giving them a chance to maybe take a deep breath and be like, okay, it's going to be okay.
They always know that they're welcomed up here. They anytime my door is always open. My door is still open, even though I'm not going to be here. Like, yeah, you just give them a hug. I'm their mom, that they miss, during the season. So, and I've had some of the mothers reach out to me too and say, thank you for taking care of my kids. And they're just very special. And they just come up and we just talk like they're my own sons, and that's how I feel. They're my sons. I have an extended family.
So I
Yeah.
went. You mentioned the extended family piece a couple of times now. Again, you've got thousands of players who have come through that door, and while you're retiring, you're planning to still come back to games and stuff. What's it like for you though to be able to walk through a tailgate and see former
Oh,
players and their families and their kids that you've had a chance to interact with over the years? That's got to be probably one of the more special parts of your role, is seeing, wow, I really have helped to raise this entire extended family of JMU football.
it's overwhelming, like when you walk through and like when Coach Matthews was here, he got that golf thing, the alumni golf going, which was huge because then I got to meet the older guys. So I'm close with a lot of them too, that, before my time, and great group of guys. So yeah, it's fun. I hope that I can still come back to the games.
I have a
I
feeling.
miss it.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling you're going to have a few
I'll be
people
purple.
who can get you back in. And I also want to ask you about your son, because I know he has now grown up to be somebody who is a proud supporter of this program. What's it been like to see his growth in terms of engagement with JMU football? And I know he is, maybe more than anyone today, probably more proud than anyone, of what his mom has done for this program. Jared is a proud supporter of yours, and I know he's got to have a smile from ear to ear right now.
Yes, yes, I'm so proud of him. I mean, he didn't go to school here. He, didn't play football, and yet he wants to give back to the school and the players. And whenever they call him, he's right there to hand out and to help them. And I'm so fortunate that he can do that. And he's got passion too. I mean, he bleeds purple along with all of us.
Absolutely.
He is special. He is a special.
Patty, after your final day, and maybe even a couple of years from now, when you're reflecting back on your time with this program, is there a moment or two that you're going to think of, in terms of maybe a game or a win that you go, wow, that was special? Or do you think you'll look back at some of the quiet moments that maybe didn't make the news? What do you think you'll think more fondly of, as the years go on, as you navigate through retirement?
I think of, like obviously I told you the Delaware game, that was huge to me. I mean, I really felt like that was the championship. And then always going to North Dakota, those people up there, and the time we went up there to win, we did win. I mean, those people are wonderful. And I loved that rivalry.
Yeah,
And I loved the CAA. I'm nothing against the Sun Belt
yeah,
at
yeah.
all. But the CAA, it was such a good group of teams that it was just fun, like we'd get at each other. And so I will miss that. And the other thing was when we did go to the bowl and now the whole NIL stuff and losing the players. I mean, when Signetti left and took most of the players, I cried, and they came in and hugged me. Like
Yeah,
Jalen Walker, I think we cried for 15 minutes just
yeah.
hugging each other because it was sad, you know. But the times they're changing, and you know, it,
But that still has to mean so much to you that
it
you
does.
left an imprint on these players, that even though they were moving on from the program, it mattered to them, and that's, I think, indicates to somebody like me that their time here was well spent, and that the interactions and the deep relationship you form mattered and will matter to them for years after their playing career ends.
I hope so. I
Well,
hope so.
Well, Miss Pat, what comes next for you? So retirement now, you're going to be moving on to what should be an exciting phase in your life. Probably more trips to Texas, I imagine. Um,
Absolutely.
what are some
Absolutely.
plans for your retirement? Any trips, any travel that you'd like to check
Well,
off?
I just got back from Ireland. My son took me to Ireland in May, so that was fabulous.
There you
And
go.
then we're just gonna just travel, and I get to spend time with my grandkids, like a lot of moments because football season is in the fall. And my sister would always say, Patty, people get sick of hearing that you can't go somewhere. And I'm going, it's my job and I love it. It's my passion. So now I guess I can spend a little bit more time with family, and but I gotta find a part B. I gotta
There you
find a
go.
house.
There you go. Well, I have a feeling you will. Miss Patty, I want to give you one last chance though to send a message to not only the fans but to the five coaches who again put their trust in you over the years, the administration. What's kind of your parting message to the fan base and um, any kind of final words of support for everyone associated with the JMU football family?
I love everybody. And that's my saying, love always. I love them all. They've all been different. And please all call me. If you got my number and you can find my number, please, I'm going to need friends and buddies, keep my time busy. And I bleed purple and go Dukes. I'm so proud of this school. Very
Perfect
proud.
way to end it. Well, Pat, I know you've got some time left with the program, so your job is not quite done just yet. But on behalf of everyone, I played a small role in the time that I was there working in the football offices. Got a chance to see you on numerous occasions, and now in the years since, have seen just how much you mean to this program. So I know I'm one small voice in a sea of many saying congratulations and thank you for your investment of time, your passion, and more importantly, the time and effort that you've put into helping so many people feel at home when they came on campus, whether it was for a short period of time or many, many years. Just know that there's a reason why so many people are so proud of you today. It's because your time with this program mattered, and we wish you all the best over your retirement and what comes next. Because I have a feeling you're still going to continue to make your mark felt on this JMU football family, and I know you'll be back inside Bridgeforth Stadium this fall. So there will be an opportunity for many people to celebrate what you've meant for this program. So congratulations again, Patty.
Thank you for taking the time with me. And I love everybody.
My
Go
pleasure.
Dukes.
And to fans, again, this is just one of the many stories of JMU football that make this program so special. And if you see Patty over the course of the fall, say congratulations and wish her well. I know we will be doing the same. So, Patty, we'll talk to you soon. And the fans of JMU Sound Off, stay tuned over the days and weeks to come. We've got more great stories behind this program. And as always, we're getting close to football season, so stay tuned. Another great year is right around the corner. And as always, go Dukes.